Thanks, Chris. Okay. All right. Well, welcome everybody. It's what is it, July 23rd already?
Yeah.
And this is the NCAC Executive Board Committee meeting. And we've got the agenda. I'm looking at the agenda here. It's start with a conflict of interest question, and we'll ask that of everybody. Maybe the way that works best is introduce yourself and then just say whether you have a conflict. So I'm Mark Everett, the chair, and I have no conflicts.
Chris Sokowski, treasurer. I have no conflicts.
Michael Beachley, parliamentarian, no conflicts.
Alex Clark, vice chair, no conflicts.
Randall Cook, subcommittee chair, no conflict.
Susan
Nancy
Schomburg,
Vandell, bylaws subcommittee chair, no conflicts.
Susan Schomburg, outreach task force, no conflicts.
Okay.
And I think Gary's still rotating secretary.
Is he? Okay. Let's see. I don't see. Okay, I don't see Gary here. So
He's
No,
here.
He's here.
oh, is he here?
In the
Okay.
middle of the Hollywood Squares.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, there you are, Gary. Okay. So Gary, are you still the secretary until the end of the meeting, or?
Well, we just had a conversation, or at least Nancy and I did, and I said I'd go ahead and I'll prepare the meeting minutes for this meeting as the last secretarial duty for today. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Bravo, Gary.
Yeah.
And I'll try to get those out in timely fashion for review,
Yeah.
posted as fast as possible.
Okay, thanks, Gary. So then you're relieved of duties. So, okay.
And then it looks like we have a guest.
And yeah, we do have a guest. Hi, Tom.
Hello.
Welcome. Okay. Let's see, May 28th and June 25 meeting minutes approval. So let's do the May 28th. I know, those have been out, and so any changes or additions to those meeting minutes?
No, I did not have any.
Okay.
They all look great. My changes were incorporated.
Okay.
I think, do we have 2 or 3?
I think we only went back to the 28th, Nancy.
Well, we also had a regular membership meeting minutes, but I guess those will get done at the next membership meeting.
Okay, right.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. How about so we'll approve the May 28th meeting minutes as recorded and presented. The June 25th meeting minutes, any additions or changes to those?
Look good to
Okay.
me.
Hearing none, we'll approve the minutes for the June 25
Okay.
executive board meeting. Okay, bylaws subcommittee, Nancy.
I have nothing to report. We're taking a break, but I do have a suggested addition to the agenda, a discussion of the middle housing program at Tillamook County tonight.
Okay. Well, why don't we talk about that right now before we go on?
Okay. So Sarah Absher had sent out an email, I think, to all of us a week ago. Fortunately, I didn't see it until today, but apparently the board of the planning commission had approved the middle housing recommendations, and tonight they're going to be presenting to the board of county commissioners. And since we had a preliminary input to it, and I know the community plan subcommittee has been working on it for some time, seemed like it might be nice for us to have some kind of an official statement at that meeting tonight at 5:30.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I'm not able to be there. I think Rand's traveling and other members of the committee. I do think. So Tom, can you jump in here? I think I think you sent us something you'd be willing to present at that meeting tonight, Tom?
Well, I'd be willing to attend either as I will be there.
Yeah, okay.
I can
Okay.
attend as either myself or as a representative NCAC. That's up to you.
Okay.
I have things that I would like to say, but I would like to have somebody else, like you guys, look at it before I say it, because it's not particularly complimentary to the county. I don't think this process has been very fair to us. I don't think the results are bad, but I think the process was bad.
Okay.
And I've got an outline of what I'm going to say, which is I'm very specific about the failures. It's a strong word. I won't use that word, but anyway, the shortcomings of how we had to work. And I can either, I mean, it should be, I believe I haven't timed it, should be about a 5-minute presentation. I can do that right now from my computer and show you what my notes are, or I can just say that we have nothing to say. It's up to you guys.
No,
What do you want to do?
if I could.
Go ahead,
chip
Rand.
in.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah, yeah.
read Tom's comments and I think he points to some of the shortcomings of the process and I mean, the fact that we never even met the consultants or had any direct contact with them, but I think his comments are accurate and they need to hear it. So I think I appreciate you taking the time to put that together, Tom, and seems worthwhile to let them know that from our perspective, there were some shortcomings. And I guess I would put it on the consultants more than anyone else, since we had anticipated working with them to understand what would be included and what would not, et cetera. So we went ahead and did our work. And then a number of the things that we provided were not included based on from the feedback we got from Sarah that they weren't accepted by the consultants. So they just put in things that worked for having no Measure 59 conflicts and such. So it's the troubling part, I think, is that it doesn't feel like it represents the community the way the community felt like it should be represented. It's kind of an abbreviated version. So I definitely can say that was a disappointment to the subcommittee, having put in the time that we did.
And I will go to great lengths not to throw Sarah under the bus.
Mhm.
It is not
Yeah.
her fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other comments regarding Tom's? I just looked at it, Tom. I know you sent it just a bit ago.
Yeah, with a
Looks
lot of lead time, which sort of
Yeah.
violates the same thing I was complaining about. Sorry about that, but I didn't actually get to it, and that is a 300-page document they have tonight.
Yeah.
And I had to digest that before I could decide whether or not they'd done what we said, and they didn't.
Okay. Other comments?
Is there a link to watch it remotely via Zoom? I didn't get an email, so and I'm not surprised I didn't, because don't get those emails, but it would be interesting to dial in.
I can forward the email that I
Yes.
got from Sarah.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Thanks,
Yeah,
Tom.
there is.
I'd like to see that too, Tom.
Yeah.
The only thing that pops up to my mind is in public meetings such as that, language is important. And the words like shortcomings might.
Well, read what I've said, and if you could scan it, and I haven't said shortcomings anywhere.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah.
Tom did not get
Things to focus on, or things that we might want to do in the future, or something like that in your discussion.
That's a good point. How we could have it. I've told them what they didn't do. Basically, the document that they gave us to work with was a Xerox of a Xerox of a Xerox.
Oh, my.
It was not text. It was text, pictures of text.
Oh,
And it took an excruciating amount of time to extract that and actually format it so that we as a committee could produce it. And so
understand.
I'm probably more sensitive than most to it because it was me that did it. But still in all, I think that's a barrier to understanding. I think there were barriers put in place by the way the system works now that prevent people from actively participating in the process, which is against state law, land development goal number one.
Right.
And, participation is goal number one. Well, it didn't make goal number one. So, and you're right. Well, maybe we should say what we want. I don't know if I'll have time to formulate that or not. I'd certainly respond to it if they ask me. I suspect they're just going to say, thank you very much, sit down or get out of here. But I've never dealt with them.
I think what you have is fine, Tom. To me, I think I always say feedback is good, whether it's good or whether it's not so good. Feedback is good. And I think that this is good feedback for the county to hear.
Seems pretty
Yeah.
fair and balanced.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, it's not glowing
Who are
feedback.
we quoting
It's
there
okay.
now?
Yeah.
The process was a little different than what I think everybody thought it would be. So
Tom, if you are planning on reading from what you wrote, there's a typo on the second page. Permitted outright to concessional.
Condition. That's a new word.
Just didn't want you to get tripped up in the moment.
we call those neologisms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nancy, was that .comdev or /comdev?
Actually, let's see.
Just click on it and you'll go right to it.
Okay, all right.
It's just ComDev. There's just /gov/COMM D as in David EV.
Oh, it is slash then.
Between the gov and the
Yeah.
ComDev.
Oh, okay, I see that. Okay, good, thanks.
But if you click, it should go right there.
Yes.
And so at the top of the page, it's got the documents, including the 300-page document, and then the link to the Teams page where you can log in through Teams. We're at 5:30 today.
So
For some reason, I did not get that one. I got the one from Tom.
It's in the
Yeah,
chat. I put it
Oh,
in the chat. Susan.
Oh, okay, sorry. I was looking on my email.
Yeah, because the email from Sarah
Okay,
wasn't clear.
okay, awesome. Okay, I'll cut and
it
paste.
would have been nice to have that there, but
Yeah.
she didn't.
Yeah, so Michael, sorry, you were probably looking at the email. It's in the chat.
Okay, got it.
And it starts at 5:30.
Mhm.
5:30, yeah.
So you have mere minutes to decide whether or not I say anything.
So with Rand, do you want to make a motion to have Tom represent us or?
Sure, I propose, or I'd like a motion to, or I propose a motion? I would make
I
a
move.
motion.
I move.
I move.
I
to
move.
make a motion, I move, which is a motion, to have Tom respond this evening to the Board of County Commissioners with his, basically his statement that he's provided for us to prove,
I'll
And
second
representing the NCAC.
representing the NCAC.
Correct. Chris, did
that.
I
I'll
hear?
second that.
Okay, all right. Take just a hand vote here, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right. Okay, motion passes. So Tom, thank you for that.
Thank you,
and
Tom.
for being present this evening. I appreciate that. I do. I think they're gonna move on it tonight, but I think the feedback that you're gonna give them is great. So thank you.
And thank you to the community planning subcommittee and to Tom for all your work on the middle housing stuff. I know it took
Yeah.
you away from a lot of what you were having to do with the community plan And I think what you guys came up with was really terrific.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Well,
that.
I benefited by understanding it more, but I don't think we actually made an impression.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
Okay, we'll move on to the Community Plan Steering Subcommittee. Rand, if you have any, what your comments for that committee?
Okay. So we're currently on break, and I am unclear as to the next time we are going to be meeting. I had sent out a proposed schedule, and then Sarah's kind of indicated that we should take the summer off. So it's not clear to me when we are being requested to begin our meetings of the subcommittee again, or if that's up to us. So I'm somewhat operating in a void and enjoying the summer. But I do probably need to understand when we're reconvening so I can post a meeting and people can anticipate it. So maybe somebody knows more about.
I know a little bit more.
Okay,
Okay,
Sarah was concerned that to review our work in progress, make sure that we weren't straying down a path that was going to cause us legal problems. But she could not pay attention to it because she had this 300 and some odd page document to produce. So she wasn't able to get to it. I agreed to meet with her sometime late in the summer to just go over that and address any concerns that she might have. And then once that's done, then we can schedule for going forward. I think it's in good faith that she wanted to make sure that we weren't spending effort on something which was not going to be fruitful. So that was the basic thing I got out of it. We're sort of in limbo right now, but so she.
I have seen a date of September 15th as or maybe it's September 7th. I can't, 15th or 7th as the first meeting, possible first meeting date or the next meeting date, I should say, for the Community Plan Steering Committee. So that's what I've seen.
Okay, so
Something like
you
that.
know more than I just know some of the whys.
Yeah.
okay, well, I will base the schedule.
I think it's
Well,
early to mid-September, Randall,
Okay.
I believe, but
I'm gonna put September 15th.
yeah, okay.
And then, so we'll meet and we have an idea that we would have public meetings for input from the community on different sections of the community plan. Pretty much a number of meetings in a row in either beginning in either late September or early October, and meet until the whole plan has been reviewed by the community. I tend to think we would want to do some kind of an approval process as we go, so that when we propose to approve the entire plan, the subcategories in the plan would have already been reviewed by the people who were in the meetings and said, yes, we give this our blessing. But that has to do with kind of how they receive the information, so that the first meeting will also be fine tuning of what information they get, so they're prepared for the meeting, what feedback we get in the meeting, and then how we integrate that and bring that back to the public for scrutiny and then approval. So that could mean a lot more meetings, so that's what we have to sort out beginning in early September or mid-September. So that would be my report of my understanding at this point.
Yeah. And I would just add, I don't know, Rand. I mean, a bunch of dates have been thrown out in terms of, when to, have the vote of the membership to approve the plan. And you know, I've seen dates of October, November, and December. And nobody's gone around the corner to the new year yet, but I don't think that there's a due date on this. And so
No, there is.
I think it's going to be when it's ready, and we'll call the membership together to review it and take and take action on it. So that's what
Uh-huh.
I think. So
Okay, that's the update then. Thank you, Mark.
yeah. Any questions from anybody for Rand or I about that? Okay. All right. Thank you, Rand.
Sure.
Outreach Task Force. Susan?
My report is really short. I ran into Carol Hope today at the golf course, and she emailed the whole hills of Nesco, and they are not able to post a sign like we have in South Beach about the NCAC, but she was able to get approval from the board, and they did email all the NCAC information, so that's great.
Mm.
And I've been in touch with Colleen and Russ Williams. We're trying to figure out how to go to the county to see if we can put a sign on one of the street names in the Crest area. And then Lynn Wintermute, I have a sign to get to her for Hot Creek Hills. Still nothing on the Sahala yet, and Wainema and points north like Valhalla. And Slab Creek, I have to go out to the Nesquin Valley School. That's on my hit list. And that's all I've got.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Susan. Can I just ask how often? I mean, do you change the signs very often, or are they generic enough that they can be up for some length of time then?
I had them laminated so
Okay.
that they're less likely to be removed, and the ones that are outdoors, like the ones in the village, are on the beach access. Well, specifically the Corvallis one right now, and it has not moved.
Hmm.
And the one in the store, someone took it down. It was paper, and so Tom and Ann Sipe laminated more signs for me and got them to me at the 4th of July. And I put a laminated one up in the store, and they've moved that community bulletin board from where it
Oh.
was. Now it's in a different spot, so I have to double check that. But the one in South Beach, Tom would have to speak to that, but I think that his signage and his framing of it would take someone with a chainsaw to take that one down.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good point. I tried to laminate everything so
Okay.
people see it in the, yeah.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks, Susan.
Mhm.
Okay, let's see, secretary discussion. I'd have to say we don't have much to add to that. I certainly haven't gotten any emails with somebody who has expressed an interest in the secretary position. I do think that, and this is really, I know, Alex, this is maybe for you, but probably we did a little bit of a training with Gary, and I think we recorded some of that information. But Alex, it might be good for us to review the training with you for how to act as a secretary while you're running a meeting in case I'm not at a meeting, if that makes sense, so that you
Sure.
could do it.
Yeah, is that
yeah.
is that available as a file on our website, or is that something that
That's a good question, Gary. Do you?
Well, it's sitting in Zoom right now, and I can download that to someplace on the Google Drive in a folder that I can send an email link to everybody, so that way only the board knows what, where it's at, and
Yeah.
look at it.
That would be perfect, Gary.
That'd be
Thank
great.
you. That'd be great. So yeah, for now, for folks, I think everybody knows what we've decided to do is that I'll serve as a secretary for the membership meetings and the executive board meetings. Nancy will do it for the bylaws subcommittee. Rand will do it for the community plan steering subcommittee. And so that's how we're going to sort of tackle the secretary duties for now. you know, there's so much involved with doing it, Gary. We had a meeting, I don't know, it was a few weeks ago, and there's so many little bits and pieces to it. I really think at the August 9th meeting, I'm gonna have to have a little bit of a disclaimer to the membership that, you know, we're gonna do our best.
Mhm.
But, you know, we might miss some things. We're gonna try and get the big things, you know,
Mhm.
do the minutes, get them posted, answer emails, but some of the things that Gary and before him, Jeff did might slip through the cracks on us, so.
I know
um,
there were some questions about this meeting and it was basically a communications task force meeting, which is why it didn't need to be on Zoom. There were some security things
Oh,
involved.
right, yeah.
But so task forces don't have to have open meeting law because it's just about tasks. But in hindsight, I think we should have asked you to come, Alex, because as vice chair, that's kind of one of your duties is to kind of take on where there's a need, right? There's going to be a need.
There's definitely a need.
So yeah, I was quite flummoxed and I consider myself reasonably techie, but my God. So
It was very involved. Gary did a great job of trying to walk us through that, Gary. There's so much to it, though. We'll work on it. We'll work on it.
There's
but
still
I do think it
keeping items that we need to talk about though. Mark, I sent
Yeah.
you an email, or what I did this morning was I went into our Google account and I set you as the recovery email contact.
Oh, okay.
But Google requires a verification on that email, so you should have gotten an email from Google. So you
Okay.
check that, and hopefully it has a link in there that that sends you to that verification page.
Okay.
You can go in and set that. And all that really is going to do is, well, it's two things. If it detects someone logging into the Google Drive that it hasn't seen before,
Mhm.
probably send you an email. It won't prevent people from getting in, but it'll send you an email just saying, hey, there's an unknown computer that logged into
Mhm.
Drive. You might want to check to see if everything's okay, number one. And number two, it's a recovery email that's used if something happens and you've got to go in and, I don't know, try to recover files that have accidentally been deleted or whatnot. I've never had to mess with it, so I don't know exactly what's all involved with that, but I just know
Okay.
that they require a recovery email and I don't want it to be mine anymore.
Okay, Gary, so you did send that to me and I deleted it because I didn't, it's not an email I use very often and I don't know, I'm cautious about the emails I open. So I guess I put it in my trash. I guess I'll try and, is there a time limit on that, Gary? Or do
I
you?
don't think
Okay.
so,
Okay.
but I'm not sure.
If there's an issue, now that I know it's you, I'll try and get to it and do what I need to do there. But if there's an issue, can I just email you? And
Yeah, just let me know if there's a
maybe
problem.
we'll
Maybe we
resend
can
or
do
something.
it.
Okay.
The other housekeeping item is for Squarespace, the website. So we have several contributors in there that are set up for administrative at administrative level, which means they can pretty much do anything they need to do to keep up the website. There is one sort of super user that's called the owner, or it's called ownership. And the difference is that the owner is the only one that's allowed to like upgrade or downgrade the website, add cost added features. So, Squarespace has always got all these other features that you can add to your website if you want to pay extra. The owner is the only one that's allowed to do anything basically that it's going to cost you money. Right now I'm the owner, so I was the one that was able to upgrade our email campaigns, but we need to have that ownership transferred to somebody else. And I don't want to put Chris on the spot, but it kind of makes sense. Maybe Chris. Now, Chris is even though I'm the owner and I can upgrade, the billing is set to Chris and his credit card. So maybe it makes sense that ownership should go to Chris.
Chris, what do you
Yeah,
think?
I'm fine with that as long as I don't have to do anything because I think I would just mess things up.
Well, I don't think it really means, I mean, I think it's only required when, like I said, if you want to get rid of, if we want to get rid of a feature that we're using that we don't want anymore, like that, I know we also have that, one of the features we pay for is to have Squarespace push data onto Google Drive directly. I can't remember what that feature is called. And all that's really doing right now is it's taking the sign up lists that as people subscribe to the website, it sends an Excel spreadsheet as a backup to our Google Drive.
Okay.
Of course, then we also pay extra for the email campaign, so the owner would be able to upgrade, downgrade, or get rid of the email campaign if that's what you want to do. And then ultimately, the owner is the only one who can actually get rid of the website if you actually wanted to delete it. So those are the responsibilities. You don't really need to do anything if one of those circumstances came up.
Yeah. Can you send me the login credentials for that? And
Well, I can, yeah, I'll do that. I can also, I think the owner is the only one that can, the current owner is the only one that can transfer ownership. So I'm the only one that can let you become the owner. So I have to do it myself. But then once I do that, then it's your baby.
okay.
Okay. Thanks for
And
doing
you're
that.
already listed on there as a contributor and as you have administrator rights. So if you wanted to mess around with the website and contribute some web pages or something, you can do it.
Okay. Probably not prudent.
Yeah.
In the
Okay.
interest of decreasing the burden that the subcommittees have on IT support, is there an organized way that we can just drop the latest versions of the various drafts that we have? It seems like having to send an email to somebody to put it on the website is a little bit, or is that just not possible?
I mean, anything's possible. You could set up
Well, yeah, of course.
you could set up some sort of special folder on Google Drive, and then whoever's going to be taking care of the website can go there periodically to see if there's new things to be uploaded. Yeah,
That'd
so
be pretty manual. I was just thinking, we churn through quite a number of, it's my fault, but we churn through a fair number of revisions.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I think people don't see the current and anybody outside the subcommittee doesn't see it. So I think it would be better to have it a bit more visible.
Mhm.
Or we could just advertise the link on for the libraries. Those aren't easy to find.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry for disturbing you.
So I think we'll have to think about that one, Tom.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to think about how we're gonna do that one. Once Gary leaves us.
So Gary sent out a really good summary of the tasks and how they're broken down. I know we have another important agenda item of planning for the August membership meeting. Maybe we should do that first since you have to leave at 4:30, Mark, but I do think we should go through that list that Gary sent to see how we're going to divide some of that up, because it's not just kind of by you, me, and Rand for some of that. It's checking the emails,
Yeah.
that come to admin to respond to them. And I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff that Gary's been taking care of, or Candace. And I think Candace had said she would continue, but I think we need to have somebody, responsible for some of those
Okay.
things.
Yeah, okay. That'll be a long discussion, and I'm not prepared to be a part of that discussion today, time-wise or preparation-wise.
Okay.
So I think, I hate to put that off, but we might have to put that off to an agenda item at the next executive board meeting.
Okay. So in the meantime,
Uh-huh.
because Gary's ends today,
Yeah.
I thought we were going to be talking about that under this item, but I'm just looking at, wow, that note that you sent, Gary. I wonder if we need to have a special meeting just to talk about how we divide up the secretary duties. I don't know that it could wait another month.
Yeah. So I think that discussion is one that's going to be between you and Rand and I think.
Do you think? Well, Alex, I think
Well,
could
maybe
take on
Alex.
some of it
Okay.
too, and
Okay.
maybe Chris and
Okay.
because we can do stuff associated with our committees, but and it doesn't need to be open. I guess it's a communications task force kind of thing of how we
Yeah.
divide these things up. But you know, I think that we have to figure out who's going to take over for some of these things other than setting up meetings. Because we were trained on that. I still am not completely clear. I think I'm going to be
Yeah.
still relying on Gary when time comes to actually set up a meeting. Because for me, it's going to be a while. But
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like if someone sends something to admin with a question for us, someone's got to go in and check.
Yeah. I think, so I, in my opinion, that won't be today. So
Mhm.
we can, I mean, August 9th is the next membership meeting, and I don't know, Chris or Gary, has there been a bunch of things coming in to the admin in the last month, or?
The only thing I saw that's really important was there was a
Mhm.
notice from Tillamook County. It was just to, it was a notice of decision for
Mhm.
that variance request that I talked about at the last membership meeting.
Okay.
That would just, something that somebody would need to take and post up on the front page of the website, which is, if you have to scroll all the way down to the bottom to see the notices from Tillamook County. So that's just sort of a periodic web maintenance thing. That kind of falls into that task of those things that I sent out where I said, well, somebody needs to be the webmaster, and that would be one thing that the webmaster would probably be doing.
Okay. Okay. So, so yeah, we can schedule another meeting, but I don't think, I mean, as Gary said, there's been one thing of note. So, when do you think we should schedule a meeting?
Well, maybe in a week. I guess it could just be a communications task force meeting, but that we have to be on. And invite Candace because she and Gary, of course, because they know how things have been running. But no, that would just be a suggestion.
Mhm.
And Alex, and
Yeah,
maybe this time in next week on Wednesday.
I couldn't do that. I'm booked until the first week of August. I could do it first week of August, but I
Oh, okay.
do it until then. So I don't know other people's schedules, but that's probably the soonest I could do it on the 6th.
Okay.
Yeah, I could do it as well on the
Okay.
6th.
I could do the 6th.
Okay.
I'm
Great.
not available that first week
Okay.
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 unless it's,
Yeah.
I could be.
I'm-
It's a bottling week for me at the moment.
Okay.
Ah,
Is it, let's, how about the week after that, Chris or Alex? I'm sorry. Is that
The week
still
after,
your-
that's fine. I
Okay,
mean,
the week after.
anytime after the
Okay.
8th, I believe, is when I'm done.
Okay. How about the 13th then?
So,
That works for me.
Okay.
I can't do the 13th
Okay.
in the afternoon, but I could do it before
Oh, I can't do that
I can
either.
do it before 2:00. What
Okay.
about the
Well, it's right. It's vacation time for folks, right? And so it's a tough time to schedule meetings, to be
what
honest.
about the 15th,
The 15th, I think.
Friday?
Yeah, I'm traveling. I'm away that week. So now that I look at it.
Okay. Well, maybe we could just quickly throw up Gary's list and see if there are just a couple of things we could just identify as being more urgent than others, and we could defer the rest to the next board meeting. What about that?
Okay, I'd like to do the agenda for the August 9th membership meeting first.
Yeah, sounds good.
get that ironed out so that we know what we're doing on that date, since that's the next
Mhm.
next sort of bigger meeting, so.
Yeah.
So on that date, we have the normal stuff at the top of the agenda, always the conflict of interest and welcome and so on, minutes. I don't know, we're not gonna have, I mean, we do the bylaws and the steering subcommittee report, and the outreach task force. Do people see anything out of those normal sort of routine meeting things that's pressing for August 9th, or that we should discuss?
I think we could take bylaw subcommittee off of the agenda for August. I don't think we have
Okay,
anything to report.
Same as
Unless,
outreach.
okay,
I mean, most of my committee is actually here today. So if anyone else disagrees with what I just said, speak up.
okay, August 9th. Okay, no outreach or bylaws. That's fine. Rand, maybe just a little blurb, on the community plan steering committee and subcommittee and where you're at.
Yeah,
Would that be okay? Okay.
Yep.
Okay,
Um,
go ahead.
so we should, I'd love to start talking maybe with Guy about our monitoring task force.
Okay,
But I'm very hesitant to ask anyone to do anything until we can ask people for some more important things, maybe on, like, as in finding a secretary.
okay, yeah,
I don't want to inundate people in the summer. I know the monitoring task force has kind of been ticking away in the background, with much thanks to Guy. So, I mean, that's a subject for discussion, but I don't want to, I don't want to be asking people when we have more important things to ask people. I don't know if you all agree with that.
I agree.
yeah. I do think the secretary and when we meet, whenever we choose to meet to talk about secretarial duties, yeah, one of the things that we talked about, I think it was Nancy Rand might have had to leave, but I think Gary and Nancy and maybe Rand as well, we talked about trying to split up the duties of a secretary so that you could compartmentalize that a little bit and
Mhm.
have one or two or three people do sort of jobs, secretarial jobs, but that, and Gary, I mean, it's sort of intertwined is what Gary said, but he kind of did break it out a little bit. And so maybe, anyways, that's a possibility,
Yep.
going
Well-
forward, secretary.
Will we be having a speaker so that we can drive attendance? Because I think it actually could be quite boring just to hear about how we're going to parse up the secretary duties.
I haven't looked into finding a speaker. I mean, that's something that was discussed as being part of the new, outreach or not outreach, monitoring task force, head of that committee. But as of now, I haven't looked into finding a speaker. I can certainly ask Guy if there's anything that's come up on his radar that would be relevant and interesting for people. I know historically our August meetings haven't been incredibly well attended, because it's August. But if that's something that we want to do, I can reach out to Guy and see what's kind of top of the radar.
That sounds good to me, Alex, if you could, and if it's, doable, it's a kind of now it's not the longest timeline, but if
Yep.
something could be, something of value could be presented by a speaker of, 10 or 15 minutes in length, that'd be great. So,
You
I wonder
know,
about Tom Prohodich and the water board, maybe, or if there's anything going on with the water system. It seems like there might be.
the people that I've talked to one issue that keeps rising is the issue of geological emergencies and the responses that we have. They don't have any idea of what's going on or what's possible. And I think there's a series that could be done there. If you're talking about a 15-minute deal, then one 15-minute discussion could be on what's going on out there 100 miles offshore. What does that look like? What's really going down? Because even on the internet now, there's a whole lot of stuff that's popping up, and it's hard to really sort that out. The second thing is, what's the historical discussions about how we've dealt with emergencies? And the third one could be what exists in terms of planning. What do we want people to do if something occurs? What is like, you see what I'm saying? I mean, there could be 3 or 4 little possibilities there, and it's that kind of discussion, I think, that this village really would love to hear about. It's personal, it's meaningful, and it's going to affect their lives.
Those are great ideas, Michael.
Yeah.
Do it over 3 or 4 meetings.
Right.
See,
Right.
that brings them in. That brings them in, and
Right.
there's something that they can look forward to.
So that's good. That's good feedback. And maybe Alex, that might be something to look at. And,
Yeah.
and, I would say, if not August 9th, then what, August, September, October, maybe for the first one, if we don't do it on the 9th or can't. Be great if even it was just an overview of 10 minutes or 15 minutes by somebody, and more to come later. That'd be just wonderful. And I don't, like you've said, Alex, it's not super highly attended. People are busy. And so maybe something like that, Alex.
Great, I'll look into it.
Okay.
And Guy's been pretty close with that whole coastal erosion adaptation. So he's
Yeah. He's
Okay.
my first call.
Okay, so I've got no outreach, no bylaws, secretary discussion. I'm going to put on the agenda. Trying to interest folks in the secretary position, and holding time for a speaker.
I think in the not advertisement, but the announcement of the next meeting or the one after that, that you send out to the membership might be headed by the discussion of a meeting. I mean, the lecture or that kind
The
of
speaker. Yeah.
rather than the speaker, rather than we're gonna talk about middle housing or
Right.
or secretarial duties. Yeah, bring them in. Then the rest of that business that we normally deal with can be
Right.
added to the good stuff.
Yeah, I know. I agree, Michael. That's a good idea. Okay, other than the normal agenda items that we see, public comment.
So there's, Chris, you were gonna have a treasurer's report too,
Oh,
right?
treasurer, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that comes under the normal things that we do, I think, Nancy, the
Okay.
welcome conflict minutes.
I won't be here. I'm going to be traveling, but I'll write something up.
Okay.
And I noticed that we don't have the general meeting on the August calendar on the website. Is that forthcoming?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll put together the agenda in the next, probably do that tomorrow, and then I'll send it off to Candace and it'll be up.
Okay, great.
And is this a 2:00 meeting, or what time is this?
Well, what do you think, Alex? At 1:30, I thought.
1:30? Okay.
Because then it'd be after the market, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's probably the very earliest I could be there.
Okay. Can you make that okay, Alex?
I believe so, yep.
Okay, all right, 1:30.
I will be airborne and not able to attend on that. But I have nothing to say, so.
Okay.
Fortunately.
Okay.
Oh, I think.
Right, I
we've
think
a
I've
lot
got
to
enough
do.
for the agenda for the August 9th meeting. I do have to get that to Candace by Saturday, and I'm gonna plan on doing it either tonight or tomorrow morning.
Okay.
So if you think of something, and I'm gonna have to jump off here in a minute, if you think of something, please email me by tomorrow morning so that I can consider putting it on the agenda then.
It seems like at our last board meeting, or maybe it was a membership meeting, someone had suggested a speaker on what Michael was talking about. Was it someone with OSU, the Marine Science Center, that was talking about some of the geological formations? I'd have to go back to the video and look, but there was someone that sounded like they'd be a really good speaker.
Oh,
Um,
I don't remember, Nancy.
yeah, I'll go back and look.
Yeah.
I think a great speaker would be Susan Schomburg talking about things that happen on airlines.
Yeah, Delta's been in the news.
Yeah,
There's been
I
too
bet.
much going on. Did you see the one in Mexico City yesterday, in the last 48 hours? Thank God for
No.
our pilots. Air
No,
traffic control in Mexico City Delta was taking off and on the rollout, and ATC in Mexico City was bringing in an airplane right on top of them on the same
Oh.
landing,
oh my
the
word.
same runway. And our pilots
Oh.
looked up and saw it and screeched on the brakes. It would have been catastrophic.
Oh, man.
No,
Yeah.
I missed that one.
Yeah.
Two others. But
It's too
Jeez.
exciting in my industry.
Wow.
I want an accounting type of news feed.
Okay, I'm gonna jump off and let you have the discussion about the time for to meet to talk about secretarial duties. And
okay.
I'm traveling here and there in August and have commitments. So I just pick a date and I'll see what I can do.
Well, what I was kind of thinking is, it sounds like the next board meeting is what's going to work with the way we were easy. So probably
Yeah.
the next board meeting, if we
Yeah.
could just throw up Gary's sheet and talk about the things that need to be done in the meantime, I think we could do it in about 3 minutes, probably.
Okay.
All right.
So I just need to, I know I have it out here, but I can't find it because I have too many things open. Do you have it handy, Gary?
Not handy. I'll have to hunt for where I put it.
Let me see.
Oh, here it is, I think. Yes, here it is. Do you see it?
Yes.
Okay, let me actually get it. So, oh shoot, I just closed it. Oh, that's there. Okay.
Let's see it.
So scheduler, it sounds like that's what Candace is doing, so we don't need to worry about that because she said she would continue. Archivist probably isn't quite as urgent, but it's a thing that takes our meetings that we've been trained on that Mark and Fran and I can hopefully do. So that's not terrible. Email handler. So Gary helped me get into the NCAC admin email. So I would be happy to take a look at that for the next month, those emails, and clear that out, working with Gary if there are no objections. But if somebody else would like to do that, that would be great. But in August, I'm going to be taking off for quite a while, so someone else would have to take over if we don't have a secretary.
I can take over that, Nancy.
Oh, great. Okay.
Give
So do
me
you want to
access
start
to-
now, or do you want to do it
Might as
in a
well
month?
start me now.
Yay.
Maybe we can
Yay.
talk about that after and just get me access to that.
That'd be great. Okay. And then and maybe we transfer there's a code for that. That's the one you sent to Mark, I think, right, Gary? The email you sent that to Mark as the authentication code, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay. So
I
so once Mark approves that, then Gary or Alex, the first time you go in, Mark will have to authenticate you.
I'll coordinate with Mark so that he can shoot me
Okay.
the code when it comes to it.
Okay. So you'll handle the emails going in and Gary can kind of help you through that. And then Webmaster, that's the area I'm not quite clear on how we add. It's kind of what Tom was asking. How do we put things on the website for a meeting, for example? And I have to go back and watch the video again because did we go through that, Gary? It was kind of a blur. Is Gary still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So that part about adding things, Candace can do that too, right? She can throw
Yeah, so
meeting documents up on the website.
well, yeah, she's been doing the things on the website that have to do with the schedule, so that the schedule page has everything that's and taking the Zoom links and the invitation links from Zoom and putting those on the website so that people can sign up for it from there. So yeah, she's been handling all that. This is more, I mean, this would, there's other things that are being taken care of for web pages. So I know that there's been some things that you've asked about. Like one thing that's upcoming, when we're going to need to take all the past reference, the reference section with all the meetings for last fiscal year then those all need to be taken and put off into the long-term archive, because the web page now of all the past meetings is so long that we need to start a new list for this new fiscal year. So that's something that whoever wants to be the webmaster needs to learn how to get that done.
Gary,
So
did you
I
say
guess
the video for that?
No, because that was something, in fact, I haven't done that yet. The last person I think who did that was Jeff. So in taking all those old last year's meetings and archiving those up. So I actually probably wouldn't be any more help than anybody else as far as going into Squarespace and poking around to see how those web pages for that were set up, who the person who designed it, how they decided to have it set up. I mean, I guess we could do it together and we'll just flail around together with it.
so are you saying, Chris, you can take that part on, or
Yeah, why not?
okay. Okay, so Chris will do the webmaster part, and Alex is doing the email handling, and then minutes is the only other part for stuff that would be the general meetings. And I'd be happy to take minutes until we can find somebody to do that, if you'd like.
And for that, I hope I went into Zoom and poked around at some of the settings. I think I got it set now so that, in the past, Nancy, sometimes when you did your meetings,
Right.
I'd go to Zoom and grab them. The transcripts wasn't created. I think I've got it set up so that whoever logs in as the Zoom host there will be an associated transcript built for it. And that does really help in the person making meeting minutes. So, it kind of saves you from having to go in and go through every part of the video. You only need to go through the video in certain areas where the transcript doesn't seem to be making sense. I mean, sometimes it doesn't understand a word. It'll think it heard this word when it was something different. And you'll go, what was it talking about? Then you have to go reference the video to see what was actually said. But most of the time, it's not that bad. It actually is pretty helpful.
Yeah, thank you for doing that, Gary, because I've never seen a button to do that. So I'll look a little harder, but thank you for making it automatic.
Hey, folks, I
If
need
I-
to drop
if I-
off. I've got a hard stop.
Yeah,
Okay.
There,
It sounds like
if I
we've-
can just comment that there is an AI companion to Zoom, which does
Yeah.
summaries, which would be a good start for the minutes.
Yeah, I was doing that too. So you have to remember to turn it on, like when you do the record button, also turn on the AI companion because it's not automatic.
Yeah, and I found it to be really problematic, but maybe it's improving. The transcript's helpful, but the AI companion is, not good.
Mark, do you
We'll try.
want
It
to
might have improved.
transfer host to one of us? I know you have to go.
yeah. I'm not sure how let's see. Do I go down to the three dots again to transfer? Nancy or Gary?
Oh,
Uh,
let me stop sharing here.
Unless
Uh,
we've reached an endpoint.
On the website, there's currently an August 5th Community Plan Subcommittee meeting. Is that not taking place then?
It says
No.
canceled on it.
Okay,
Susan, if you look at it, it
Okay.
says canceled.
thanks.
Um,
Oh, yeah, I see that now. Thanks, Nancy.
Oh,
uh,
host tools, maybe under host tools. Chat, rename, unmute, start, share. Collaborate, set meeting timers.
I'm not sure if you hit the leave button, but no, I guess that'll end the meeting for everybody. So that's not the
Yeah.
transfer.
that might, since we're not the host, it's not telling us.
Yeah.
Although you're in as a host, Gary, does it show you as being
No,
able
because
to take it over?
when I logged in, it asked, do I want to take over? And I said no. And so
Yeah.
it didn't
Okay.
have the host opportunities here.
So rename themselves, like, would that? Let's see,
You know, you could just leave it on if you want.
okay.
Well, then the recording keeps
Then
going though,
it'll
and then it's,
keep
No,
going.
yeah.
that's true. That's true.
And I've had to deal with minutes from something like that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have it though. I mean, I think Alex is doing email, Chris is doing website, I'll do minutes, and we'll continue discussing it at our next board meeting. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I think what I would say is for the time being, yes, is the answer to that. And all of those duties, I'd be surprised if everybody's going to do all those duties to the level that Gary or Jeff did, but do what you can in those duties in the interim and understand that we'll talk more in detail about it when we get to August.
Sounds
And-
good. And Gary, thank you for everything.
Thank you, Gary.
Yeah.
And thank you. Yeah, this is it for you, Gary. So thank you very much.
Bon voyage.
All right, I'm gonna end the meeting, folks.
All right. Don't forget to
Thank
Okay, thank you.
Have a good summer.
Say that,
Sure.
Gary, Gary, don't forget to,
stop recording before you leave.
okay, I heard you say that. So let me go to host tools,
Thanks for tonight, Tom.
start video,
Welcome.
Share notes, suspend. Let's see,
It'd be where the record button was that you turned on. Oh, that's right. You got
Chris turned it on.
Yeah, that's right.
Share, I see share, start video. I'm under host tools.
I
Collaborate.
just have it as a button that says record, and it's got a little
Okay.
dot surrounded by a bigger circle
Oh, it
saying
says record to
record at the bottom.
Mine's
if you-
record to computer, but
Oh, it should
No.
be to cloud, record to the cloud.
And once it started recording, usually it will say stop recording on that button. I don't know how to do it when I'm not a
Yeah.
host.
okay. I don't lock
I
meeting, share
yeah.
chat.
I think if you end for all, I think that stops the recording.
Well, I don't know.
No, it
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily. Okay.
I don't know. I've never tried it. I'd be afraid to.
Okay.
I have accidentally.
And-
So as long as you end it for all.
Oh,
not if
stop
you just-
recording. I see it. It's under
Oh,
meeting
good.
at the top
Okay.
of the, so it says stop recording. So I'll hit that.